FBI, open up! Are you sure someone's in there?
Jane! Get away from the door!
You gotta be kidding me.
So y'all got a plan for this shit? We just wanna jump into an old-fashioned dogfight.
Both.
It's movie night at the Silver Age Cinema, and tonight we're heading into small frozen towns where violence lingers. Wind River searches for truth, small town crime stumbles into it. But first... On a frozen reservation, a young woman is found dead in the snow, far from help. A local tracker is asked to figure out what happened, reading the terrain the way others read evidence. He's paired with a young FBI agent, new to the area and clearly out of her depth, as they begin retracing the woman's final steps.
Maybe you can help.
I only know what the tracks say.
What is it that you do again?
Hunt predators.
So why don't you come hunt one for me then?
Their search moves through isolated homes, empty work sites, and miles of unforgiving wilderness, slowly pulling back layers of silence and unresolved tension. With brutal weather closing in, the search for the truth becomes a race against time and a reckoning with a place where help is always too far away. Taylor Sheridan steps behind the camera with the Wind River, making a cold thriller that doesn't pull its punches. He'd break big with Yellowstone, helping reshape the modern Western. While filming, Sheridan learned about the jurisdictional dead zones on native reservations, a legal maze that leaves many violent crimes unresolved. Jeremy Renner stars as Corey Lambert, a quiet, razor-focused tracker dealing with grief of his own. Here's Jeremy with some thoughts on this movie.
You know, the big impetus for Taylor to write Wind River. I mean, because it's about two tribes at Wind River, and this is one specific thing, but it's something that happens often. That's the big kind of umbrella theme and something that a lot of people don't know, and creating some light on that. There's not a lot of policing, it's not a thing, that's a cultural thing that happens, and it's tragic as all hell, right? But then we still have to tell our story.
Elizabeth Olsen plays Jane Banner, an FBI agent in a world she's clearly not prepared for. Graham Greene plays Ben Sheo, steady and grounded as the tribal police chief. And James Jordan plays Pete Mickens, unpredictable and dangerous from the moment he shows up.
What the hell?
They have 6 officers to cover an area the size of Rhode Island.
If that information is still accurate, what the hell is this country doing? Anyway, back to my review. Wind River really sticks with you. The landscape is harsh and isolating, and it feels like another character in the movie. The cold and the silence all add to the tension. What I really liked is how the violence is treated seriously.
Shouldn't we just maybe wait for some backup?
Well, this isn't a land of backup, Jane. This is a land of you're on your own.
Nothing is there for shock value, and when something happens, the weight of it hangs over the rest of the movie.
I'm not gonna stand here and tell you that life's fair, because it ain't. But, you know, what do we do?
What's this we shit?
One thing native about you is your ex-wife, and the daughter you couldn't protect. Maybe if you played detective...
That's not something you get to talk about.
The pacing is confident and patient, letting moments sit instead of rushing to the next plot point. It's all a fascinating look at life on an Indian reservation, shown with restraint and respect. The performances are strong across the board, with Renner delivering a powerful, grounded turn that holds the whole thing together. The ending is quiet, almost poetic, and it lingers long after it's over, reminding you that in a place like this, nothing is harder to track than the truth. This movie, along with the other Frontier trilogy, really put Taylor Sheridan on the map, and you can see the groundwork here for what it would later blow up to be Yellowstone. It's a powerful watch, but it's super heavy, especially with the sexual violence, so people should know that going in. It moves slow and steady, but when it gets to the ending, it hits hard. My enjoyment rating for this snowy crime movie is an A.
That's a warrior. That's a warrior.
In a snow-surrounded town where nothing ever really stays buried,
Usually don't start thinking straight till I get a couple cold ones in me.
a disgraced former cop barely keeping his life together stumbles upon a dead girl on the side of the road. What starts as a moment of reluctant curiosity pulls him back into a world he swore he was done with.
Shouldn't be fiddling around with some dead girl's phone.
I think what Kelly is trying to say is that you are no longer a cop.
Don't tell me what I'm trying to say.
As he digs deeper, the case leads him through quiet bars, empty streets, and people who'd rather keep the past locked away. The search uncovers a missing woman, a trail of small-time criminals, and a community built on favors, grudges, and silence. Every step forward drags him further into the danger, forcing him to rely on instincts he doesn't trust anymore. With his own survival on the line between justice and self-destruction starts to blur.
What is that, blood in there?
Yeah. It's gonna be extra.
When I think of all the good times that I've wasted.
We have to listen to this.
The brother duo of Isham and Ian Nelms directs small-town crime with a loose, stripped-down touch. They later go darker with Fat Man, a holiday action movie. They shot on real locations in Utah, which gives the film that worn-down, lived-in feel, which makes everything feel more authentic. John Hawkes stars as Mike Kendall, an alcoholic ex-cop clinging to one last chance. Here's John describing his small crime.
I tossed in jail when I was 18 years old it was a small town, for a fake ID, trying to go into a bar. So that's my rap sheet. It's not long, but it was in a small town, Moorhead, Minnesota. Yeah.
Anthony Anderson plays Teddy, Mike's brother-in-law, and a steady ally for Mike. Octavia Spencer plays Kelly, Mike's sister, and a grounded presence in his life who doesn't take any of his crap. And Robert Forster plays Steve Yendel, a wealthy local who hires Mike to look into his daughter's disappearance.
What the hell?
What the hell? A 12-pack of beer doesn't qualify as pre-workout. Anyway, back to my review. Small Town Crime leans hard into its mix of crime drama and dark comedy, and it pulls it off because it embraces the messiness. The story stays focused on damaged people digging themselves deeper, and the movie never pretends there's a clean way out. The snow-capped Utah mountains are a perfect backdrop for this violent story. John Hawkes gives a strong, uncomfortable performance that holds the whole thing together.
I know you found her. I know you feel responsible, but you're not in this in any way.
Okay.
Besides the rest of the featured cast, Clifton Collins Jr. and Michael Vartan keeps the tension cranking. The dialogue is sharp and uncomfortable in a way that feels natural, not written.
How about a beer? Talk me into it.
The pacing keeps things moving while keeping it gritty and grimy in a way that fits the tone.
Son of a bitch is out the back.
We'll track him down. It's a movie about doing the right thing the wrong way. I stumbled onto this one by accident, mostly because I'll watch John Hawkes in pretty much anything. It's definitely very independent, real rough around the edges. The Nelms brothers were never this good again, which is too bad because this one kicks ass. It's the kind of movie you find late at night and you're glad that you did. My enjoyment rating for this boozy crime movie is an A-.
You want to piss me off? Keep acting like I'm one of your drunks.
Thanks for stopping by, but how many beers have you had?
Just waking up, Steve.
I'm finished with 6. Here's a link for some more frozen thrillers and a link to our newest top 10 ranking. We'll see you next time at the Silver Age Cinema, where one movie is never enough.